Alright, hello everyone. We are 5 minutes before the market open, so let's get into it. Let's have a quick look at the pre-market. Let's see how the market is moving today. And, ooh, not a good move by DraftKings. It's minus 11%. We will look at it later. Vroom, FCX, Uber, Plug, Moderna. Actually, there's not much of a red, like except DraftKings and Vroom. So let's check basically the up movement. Again, you have OCGN that is moving upward today. So we have to find out if it's gonna be stable or not. Mara, it's again another 3.9, almost 4%. AMC 3%, right? 2.8%. CLF, BNGO, and it's quite a mix and not really a lot of movement, at least based on what we are seeing today. But we have to wait and see. Let's wait and see if things change as the market opens. Hello, hi there. Hello to everyone in the stream. So that looks like that one. There was some news about just right now about Nvidia. Nvidia was really on a tear recently. It was going up like crazy. But now there is said to be seeing some delays in filing for the billion ARM deal to EU regulators. So that can be a little bit problematic. Let's have a look at basically the yield is not moving that much. We're gonna look at basically the earning reports as well. But let's have a look at Bitcoin and some of the main cryptos today. It's not moving very much. It's really close to this 200 EMA. So let's see if it breaks out or goes back down. Sounds like we had basically this lower movement somehow. This can be considered as a break of that. I still think that till end of the year we have a lot of different kind of stories coming around that. Let's listen to that. Uh, let's look at the market open. These guys, what they're saying.
Cycles. It goes up and it goes down, and so you need to try to find those secular winners that you can count on. When things aren't necessarily moving up into the right for everybody.
Well, and then you have on the non-equity side the curious case of the 10-year, right, which kind of feeds into the idea that maybe people are they already looking past this upcycle? I don't know. As we talked about last week with Brian Chung, there's some other sort of factors at play here, but it is sort of remains somewhat startling to me or dissonant to me, if you will.
Yeah, 10-year note is not moving yet. There are some speculation about, again, Fed meeting, a little bit, fear here and there. It's moving up slightly. It's not a big move. Everybody knows what's gonna be said in that meeting. At least that's my opinion. I don't know, but that really sounds like the way that it's gonna be. So I don't know.
The yield could be maybe the simplest version is here's what the market expects future GDP growth to be, and then another thing is what will the average Fed funds rate be over the next 10 years.
Okay, guys, another thing. Actually, I was thinking if there is any specific move today and if we can actually make trading at the start. 2 minutes is there. I usually start trading at the start of the third minute. So we have I have still 2-3 minutes left before finding my next move. I got a little bit busy, so couldn't actually be here on time. But is there any specific stock that in your mind can be played at the start? Again, Mara. I mean, these are not really big moves. OCGN there is. Let's see if there is any news. Nasdaq to open near record highs. Nothing else says Jubilant as manufacturing partner for COVID vaccine candidate. Is it a move? I don't know. let's have a look at 30 minutes. Well, in 30 minutes, it's in the up movement. Let's open our 20 EMA. Not really. It's not really the move. I mean, I like a trade like this here, so that the 200, preferably SMA, is just like this above the 200 SMA. And then this will be like a power move upward. I don't see it right now, and it's open market, so let's see things gonna move here. DraftKings, what happened? What happened with DraftKings? Room skills, and things are moving a bit still. Should we look at AMC? Maybe AMC, guys. Maybe again AMC is the one that we're gonna actually use for today's trade. The first candle was very strong, so let's go and check that. Yesterday it didn't go the way we were predicting, so so this is a good point now. So let's see what happens here. This is 20 SMA and 200 SMA, and so what I'm looking for is that if it passes the highest, like this will be my stop loss, and this will be for now my profit. Let me get into position a bit with this one. Yeah, so this is the highest candle after the first 2 minutes. If it passes this, I'm gonna start my my trade, and if it passes this point, I'm gonna get out of it. So now it is turning into a color game. So if my green basically suppresses that, then so this is now my, I have to wait for the second actual candle. This is a 1 minute chart, so I want to play it with 2 minutes. Let's see how it turns out on this. No, it didn't take the top. Anything else that took the top, it didn't do it here. There's not actually much movement like that. I mean, AMC, Corsair Gaming, that is also not having a very delicious move actually. Let's get back to AMC. I mean, I guess I don't have a DraftKings, otherwise DraftKings sell would have been a good trade here. I have sell. Oh, I have sell option for DraftKings. Yeah, but that doesn't even provide us the setup that I want. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna force any trade if it doesn't happen in the way that I'm looking for it, then it doesn't happen. I mean, generally the sentiment looks like not to be really green today. Oh, AMC went up. AMC went up. Let's see. We got into position. Let's see how it turns out today. Yes, baby. Yes, that's good. No, 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 don't come back. Go up. Go up. You had a breakout, just move up. Oh, what happened? Jesus. Jesus. I thought we're gonna go up. What happened? This happened. This is the top. This happened. And the momentum was really the upper side. So with 57.74, 57.74. Let's see if it breaks again. This is right on my stop loss, 58.82. $82. Is it gonna attempt another one up or down? Oh. Yeah. Yeah, guys, I'm out. Oh, yeah. I'm out. That was painful. Well, what can you do? The setup was correct, but yeah, just didn't happen again. But the point is that with this type of trade, you lose basically one bar and you can actually win much more. But okay, now that we are out of that, let's check some of the other movements here. Chewy is moving. So GoDaddy is up almost 3% now. Lithium. Yeah. So let's look what is going down. Room, DraftKings, FCX, Nintendo again. I think Nintendo is just breathing. I just really think that this is a breathe. I want this to come back, but maybe around this area it starts to go back like It is very close to 200 EMA, so I can totally see that. And this is there are some sort of support here as well. So looks like that if there is a go the other way around, maybe we can have a trade. But we'll see how that happens. Let's look at the market, what other things are moving. Let's listen to Kevin a bit. Or let's first check actually this one. No, it cannot be done like that. But you know, for me, the important part was to take it like. I mean, I honestly thought that we're gonna just go there. It just didn't break. Like I should have looked at this one. And at the time, if I was like getting out, I had like simple like $25 gain. I didn't take it, so it just came out and hit my stop loss. But that's the way it is. AMC is scoring us actually 2 times now. So let's see how it happens the next time. All right. So Qualcomm is moving. Etsy is not moving. Let's look at some of it. DocuSign. Why DocuSign is? Oh, DocuSign had a crazy run. Okay. SunPower. Twilio. Okay, this is coming back. Sinews Surgical. Etsy is 2% down. I mean, Etsy, what is it doing really here? Like, I mean, I actually think this is more reasonable price for Etsy than 200, but I think Etsy will get back to that low 200 range. So that's about that. Okay, so we are actually having a little bit pull back there. Let's have a look at NASDAQ together. Yeah, NASDAQ had a really good run, but now we had this down. It is actually coming back up again, but 4 hour, what is this? Weekly 4 hour, and honestly, it looks like that there should be a pullback of some sort, but I'm not gonna sell NASDAQ. All right, let's have a look at some of our stocks that we were actually looking. Let's go start with Tesla. Let me put this here so I can have this open in front of myself. So I have Tesla. It's minus 1%. Square, the same thing. We still need to go down for me to be there. Chewy was moving up today actually. Could be that this is coming back or not, too soon to say. Not a position for me yet. How about pins? How's pins moving? Pinterest. Pinterest. I mean, you see the green is not, or let's see. Yeah. Not a lot of green. But the red is actually more dominant today. And well, as you expect, maybe today it's a good part. We may find actually a position in some of these stocks that we are looking for. So what is Kevin saying?
All right, gosh, this is why the market is rigged, man. You could get knuckleheads who put
the New York
together
Stock
nonsense
Exchange. All right, coming up on the other side of this break, we'll continue
Okay.
to talk about the troubles.
Okay, so what happens is that apparently there is a short seller report about DraftKings. So I think we missed it by news, but DraftKings just had a short report news. I haven't read it how that is, but DraftKings was hit by it. Let's see if we can. Don't let shorters win by draft now. Yeah, this is the one. Latest report delivered to you in box. Black market operation. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, this is actually something that we have to look a little bit more. Well, they are actually, Hindenburg Research is a short seller that I have referred to before. I'm not sure. We have to actually have a look at that. So let's see if anything.
Not bad for the next minutes. I mean, we fell under a million pretty fast yesterday on the minute candles. OcuGen's just kicking butt right now. All right, what else do we have here? Pinterest, Snowflake. This is nothing. This is boring. There's nothing happening. Wish is moving. Yeah, Wish up like 7% now. Very nice. And then towards the downside, you got Root. I need to put DraftKings on the other list here. Root is giving up here. Build-A-Bear is giving up
AMS.
here. Workhorse giving up. Ashford Hospitality giving up. So this is one of the reasons you got to be careful with the holding the momentums too long, especially the non-primary. Non-primary being like the non-AMC, right? Like all the other momentums, which we've gotten rid of all of these other options last week when we saw momentum slowing down. But all of the other
Palantir is up today actually. Palantir BNGO is still trying to stay above its 200 EMA. Let's get that. But yeah, what else? What else do we have? Align Technology is up again. Skills, Pins, Melee. Yeah. DraftKings, Workhorse. Yeah, seems like today we are hitting a little bit break on some of the stocks.
and I love it. I too bet a site tied to Triads and at the center of a Swiss money laundering investigation advertises its use of BTI's technology. Who freaking cares? Who cares? So some random site linked to some random investigation advertises that they use. Come on. Whatever. So freaking what? They advertise the sports book. So what? I would too. If I... I'm not even going to say it. I'm going to go to the next one. Gaming site Fun88 linked to an illegal raid in Vietnam also advertises the use of the BTI platform. Whatever. So far, I'm not seeing the direct relation, the direct link here between BTI and illegality. This is like saying Bitcoin is bad because scammers use it. That's literally what it is. Oh, Bitcoin's horrible because some scammer used it. Oh my gosh. This is nonsense so far. These are weak allegations. A sports betting firm with apparent ongoing operations in China, really? You don't know? Was launched by SB Tech founder Shalom McKenzie. Okay. In mid-18, McKenzie stepped down from IOBet and then transferred his shares to his brother.
Okay, I closed my GoDaddy position. I was happy with it. I think I need to use the money somewhere else. So there was this RSI there, so I wasn't actually sure if it gets there, but the upward movement was not that much more, but I could see a far bigger downtrend for that. So I closed that one, but now let's look where we can actually put our money next. Like DraftKings actually should come down here. I mean, I still expect short seller report has a little bit more effect than just this initial dump. I think it should go back again, so I wait for that. I wait for that one.
So now you got something in the U.S. $12 million settlement with DraftKings from 2016. Let's look at that. All right. New York Attorney General. Okay, so I want to see the conclusion. Is there one? Case was handled by June 18th. Oh, it's actually very short. Here we go. These are the allegations. Okay, here. The investigation found and this is old news, right? This is old news. That DraftKings misled casual and novice players about the substantial advantages of high volume and professional players, which included using automated computer script and sophisticated statistical and game theory strategies, gave false misleading stats in marketing and advertising about the likelihood that players would win cash prizes, deceptively promised to match players' initial deposit in marketing promotions, while providing much less generous. Yeah, I mean, these are legitimate issues. Marketed its contests as harmless fun while failing to disclose the danger to populations for compulsive gaming. This is a little bit of a stretch. This is a little like, hey, you might become a degenerate gambler, basically, is what you're saying here. So that's a stretch.
Yeah, it's always annoying when they try to blame these kind of general stuff. Yeah, you have to be, you didn't say that. And this crazy stuff is happening in the United States all the time. Yeah, you didn't say that you cannot put your cat in the microwave. So I put it there and I killed my cat. So pay me something. Crazy.
Including percentage of winnings captured. I mean, that's fair. So they're basically providing this extra regulation saying, look, we're now going to require you to provide more transparency in terms of what you all do. Oh, here are the full findings. So if somebody was entirely interested, they could go through this total 80-line settlement agreement, which is probably worth looking at. But this is from 2016. Okay, all right. So there's something worth looking at. So far, this linkage to illegality here seems to be a little extreme here. And notice what they do here is they combine themselves with their one hit, Nikola, right? Like, oh, well, we did so well on Nikola, we must be right upon everything else. Their hit on Nikola was so good because it really, I think, gave them a lot more clout.
Yeah.
Even though I think most of their stuff is garbage. Yeah, well. Yeah.
Actually, about Nicola's report, that was a very, very good report that they did. I mean, Nicola was one of the highest flying stocks there, and then when the report came, and then basically they said, like Nicola guy said that, oh yeah, we are actually pushing trucks out of the hill. So yeah, that's true.
And 5770, that we consistently get these bounces. Let's see if we get that again. It'll be interesting to see. All right. In the meantime, Octigen running very nicely here, but it's old, yes.
Yeah, so let's look at what other stuff we are having here. What kind of these are actually my MACDs. I basically try to use 2 different time frame MACDs plus the 200 EMA and basically some market basically price action movement to determine my positioning and things like that. So this is my main approach into getting into trade or getting out of it. So that's at least my crazy. But I don't have a big position in DraftKings, but I still think that's a company that goes up. I mean, look, when there is a short seller report, no matter how crazy it might look, things will fall down. That's obviously the case here. It's just that I don't get, I'm not convinced that that was it. Should come here. It comes to 40 range and I start buying this thing again. If it is here at 40, I'm gonna buy it. Then I'm gonna add to it if it comes down. Yeah. Not much, but yeah. That's my approach at least. Ooh, Honeywell is actually closing. Let's.
And some of the projections that they had about the future of their business, and certainly there is a ticking clock on making some of those things come true, because I think with some credulity did we read.
This is not a. That is a little bit slowed down, so let's bring this one. This is
not necessarily had an impact on Honeywell shares. Keep in mind, Honeywell has made a big pivot to airline technology and other forms of technology, notably also in the building automation space. So far, so good there for Honeywell. But where it could impact is a company like a 3M. 3M last year, they put out or distributed close to about 2.5 billion masks. 2.5 billion masks they distributed last year. They built out a lot of new capacity. They, in fact, doubled their capacity last year. In the first quarter alone, they sold 630 million masks. So they have been leading in many respects the mask movement of the year and a half.
We got a very good trade here on Honeywell. So I think that was a very easy 4%. So everything led up into a good one. It moved more, but I was happy with the 4% that I got out of that.
In the U.S., for example, given the improving vaccination rates, healthcare-related demand has begun to moderate. 3M shares are up about 15% year to date, but given the concerns on the pace of the mask business for them in the second half of this year.
Not interested into this one anymore. Yeah, so okay, DraftKings seems like it's going down again, but look, the sun run is actually still moving in this down movement. Actually, Canadian Solar is one of the ones that I was looking. Let me see this one and this one. No. Went up. There's 1, 2. I mean, basically not that. So maybe this is actually the one. Yeah, not really comfortable with these lines. But I think if Canadian Solar comes back to this range, it's a good buy. I actually still think Canadian Solar is one of those stocks from the renewable energy that is gonna do well. So let's see how it turns out. So far it has been on a downtrend for a while now. Yeah. Oh, lumber is declining.
For the rest of the economy. Back with more on that in just 2 minutes.
Yeah. So that is that. Let's look some of the new VIX buys. Joshing VIX stores, Tesla to see terms of global in bull case. That's a good one. Are we seeing that in Tesla pricing? Not really. Yeah. I mean, this looks like a bull flag here. So it went up here, then there is this kind of bull flag. So if that is correct, then we have something like this movement here up to 661. But yeah, we can wait and see on that one how that turns out.
This is not solid enough for me here. I don't like to keep them if they don't prove themselves. Yeah, the short interest on Torchlight was like 10%. We just pulled that up. But yeah, really, you're fighting with 61, I believe here. That's what you're fighting with, 61. Torchlight is Madoff approved, Madoff. Oh no. Oh no. I think Kevin just wrote a movie plot in real time. Well, thank you. Alright, let's see what else. Oh, look at this. Wish. Wish is trying to slowly make a movement here. Canoe, 3.59%. Lordstown, Roblox, blah, blah, blah. Oh, that's right. We were going to put DraftKings. We're going to put DraftKings over. Add to watch list. There we go. So we'll see where this goes. The big catalyst for a movement here, in my opinion. Oh wait, let me explain that in 1 second here. Hold on, I'll come right back to that thought.
In May of last year, minus 2.2. Then it was followed by minus 1.1, and everything from July last year on has been positive, except for today. Down 0.2 is our current read on April business inventories. First negative number since June of 2020, and it really does underscore that we just don't have enough widgets in any pile. And
yeah, I don't think actually Okta is, someone is mentioning Okta. I don't see Okta is being on an uptrend yet. I mean, it could be, but it's not really proven its movement yet. In longer time frame, we are really on a down movement, like on a downtrend. So in longer time frame, you can see that it started like that. I mean, there was a brief moment when it rattled like this, but then it immediately came back to that. And I actually think that Okta might go up here and or here, and here there will be some sort of confluence, and then it's gonna go back. I don't know how much it goes, but I don't think you can say that Okta is moving from there. It's just still not enough data for that to at least for me to say that this is moving just like that. Yeah, let's look at some of these.
Of course, it's what the media is here to do, signal the kind of turning points in sentiment as it relates to certain ideas.
Not really moving. I mean, GameStop down, AMC barely up, nothing really moving yet. So yeah, someone else was mentioning some other stock here. What was it? Microvision is, what is that doing? Yeah, Microvision is not moving. Okay. On shorter time frame, we want okay. In the next days, I expect this to come down a bit. I don't know where it stops. And then on the up movement, we can actually add to it. But for now, no. Chewy, I'm interested. Chewy, I'm really interested to get a position in it. And yeah. Chewy is an interesting one. Still not a complete signal, but Baidu. Let's check Baidu. Baidu is not really moving that much. I mean, it has been moving really in this area. There's 7 to 8% movement, and then there is how much here? 5 to 6. I mean, I really want to add to Baidu. It's just that I feel like it should come down. But to be fair, when you look at these weekly movement, the weekly movement is clearly showing that this is a little bit stabilizing along this. So the strength of the move is being reduced. So it's not going down as crazy as before. And usually this range is a bit like it's a aggressive kind of place if you want to take something. I don't. That's why I don't care to go into more data analysis of that. But generally, if you wait for this to cross and then this come back and then cross, you usually like probably gonna lose this much of movement. And but then again, that's really how you want to trade. If you're believing it in long term, I guess these are good points. Just still keep some money in case this thing goes down here or down here, and I would say this is a good place to add a little bit more. So let's wait a little bit on this, and we can always come back to it. So there is really not a no, we are not in a hurry to actually get it somewhere. What is
Under 61. Oh, it's such a rough line here. Oh, couldn't break above. Couldn't do it. Couldn't keep it up. Darn thing went soft on us. No. Come on. Under 61 again. How could it do that? How could it do that to us? That's so rude. So rude. Alright. Fine then. Fine then. DraftKings still sitting around 8% down. My expectation... Oh, yeah, I was going to talk about my expectation. So my expectation here is that the way you have to play this, IMHO, in my honest opinion, is you have to wait for the response. You have to wait for DraftKings, which is probably going to take a couple days. It's going to take a couple days.
He's correct.
And go, oh, okay, DraftKings says it's all bullcrap. DraftKings defends their business. Blah, 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 blah. And DraftKings goes to the moon. And then I sell. Or not. I don't know. It depends. I've been wanting to keep some DraftKings. I don't know. Oh, man. Come on, AMC. Come on. You can do it. Break above. It's not that hard. Well, yeah, exactly.
Well, AMC has screwed us 2 days.
All right. Spirit Airlines leader. This is all boring. The middle zone here is boring. EXPI 9.3. Where's Tesla? Tesla sucking again? Pretty much. 1.33 to the downside. And Root, Build-A-Bear, Ashford, Arcturus, XL Fleet. Boring. OcuGen's pulling back here a bit too. Yeah, look at that. He really gave it up here. OcuGen had a nice push. I mean, it was soft out of the gate. You know, strengthened. Now it's giving up again. AMC's really struggling with the 61 line. Really struggling here. Let's go ahead and run to let's see, Torch. Torch still sitting at that $5, that approximate $5 level, which makes sense if that's about what the assets are worth on these special shares.
Yeah. Okay, someone was actually mentioning another trade. What was that? Let's check it. Yeah, let's see why Vroom is like that. It's giving actually proposed converters senior notes offering. So yeah, 500 million. That's why. That is why. So simple as that. You got your question. You got your answer. Then NEO was the next one. We looked at NEO, didn't we? Yeah. Okay. So NEO has been starting its uptrend. Okay. So what happens is that when these two times are really close to each other, you can expect a move. But this is up like above zero line. That means that this has been on a uptrend for some time. So maybe the best thing is to wait for it, whatever it does, to again come back, and then this thing here should have a basically cross here. So what that means is that basically if you want to get it here, I think in the coming weeks, week or two, or even in 4 or 5 days, you actually gonna see this come back to this 50 range. It looks like that, but I wouldn't take it like that. 30 minutes. So you see this is actually moving down, but even not this. What I want is that on 4-hour chart, you want this to be lower, and then like you want this thing come down and then cross here. That means that it had breathed enough, so people right now can actually enter again, and yeah, so that would be a much better position for NEO. But I actually have a very good position in NEO, so I'm not really looking forward to add it. This is one of the really strange ones for me. I really don't understand why Zillow is going down all the time. Doesn't make sense to me. It's a very good business. I think this is anything that has to do anything with Cathie Wood is going really down. That really looks like to be the case. That really looks like to be the case. And I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. Doesn't feel right in my opinion. Like generally Zillow around 100 or below 100, I would say absolutely. But usually, okay, here's what happens. When you have basically a stock such as Zillow that has a lot of potential, it's going down like this. And usually when it really gets to the points that you want to buy, then at the same time you have also some other high conviction play that you have, at least in my case, something else that I have more conviction goes into the buying zone again. And that's why I don't own Zillow like that. But I've traded Zillow, and it's been good. But again, never could accumulate it so that I think of it long term. Today we are actually down 1% on our portfolio. Yeah, we have been moving up for quite some time, so I don't really see an issue with that. So let's see Activision. Coin is down again. Coin. Painful to watch. Coin. Okay, look. Tattooed Chef. If you get Tattooed Chef as at around really this 200 EMA range, that is awesome. Because it has started its basically higher time frame up movement, and now it is hopefully breathing a bit. It has to breathe more, but then I think Tatuchev gonna be a good trade again. I think I'm not really convinced to take any position yet in anything today, and yeah, I'm gonna wait a little bit just to be sure that we are not making another mistake today. It was painful, the AMC trade today for us. So I mean, I think I have lost only 2 positions, and those were, let's see if that is correct. Let's see if I go to my position, was it here? I go to my portfolio, then history. Okay, so I sold Jumia, but I was basically gaining on that because, yeah, I was basically having more gain than loss on this. But AMC, extremely annoying. Extremely annoying, but what can we do? What can we do? We have to just deal with that. So, yeah. It's never fun. I know it's never fun. No one ever says that, yeah, I lost that and it was fun. But the idea is that, I mean, the setups were correct, and it just really, there's nothing I could do. But it just, when it doesn't work, it always bums you out. So yeah, only that. I think yes. I think that is correct. Let me see. Let's check something here. No, it's all right. I think it's still good. All right. Anything else that we can check? Let's go to our list. We had frog, lemonade, and a skill. Let's go one by one. Frog. How was frog? Yeah, this is soon, not today. Skills. This is the one. Oh, this is a cell. No, that's not a cell. That wasn't a cell. I mean, yeah. These are very similar. I mean, they're just a little bit too soon to take any position in these ones. They are breathing after their movement, hopefully creating some sort of a bull flag, but not yet. Not yet. Same here. Let's check actually again. Etsy. Oh, Mara went down. How's Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin USD is minus 1%. Again, this is also playing in this range for now. New Zoom. Maybe I add to Baidu. So this is 186.70, but that is not the same as in eToro. eToro's prices are different than this, so we don't know, at least yet. We have net. This is 5 minutes, sorry. Fire eye. Yeah. I don't think so. I don't think so. We went through some of these things together, and I don't see a clear signal today for any buy. Let's get back to.
Yeah, here. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, see, Workhorse is still 43.18% short. It's amazing. CLVS. Yeah, I don't know much about Clovis. Clovis, are you gonna load? Are you gonna load? There we go. Oh, 30% short on Clovis Oncology. It's a lot. Well, let's pull AMC too. AMC needs advice from the GME abyss. Yeah, no kidding. What do we do now that we broke out? It's literally like that. It's like the traders are like, oh my gosh, we broke out. Oh my gosh, what do we do now? What do we do? Oh my gosh, I cannot wait for DraftKings to respond to this bogus. And then DraftKings to just run like 10% or more. Yeah, I'll take my tendies then. I'll see. Or I'm wrong. There you go. AMC's starting to move a little bit again here. It's very nice. Yeah, you gotta be careful with the 1 week calls, folks. Yeah, the 1 week calls. This, woof, woof, makes me nervous for you. All right, Nikola, NKLA. So you just can't go like you can't go wrong taking like a Jan 2022 or Jan 2023 option, because you have plenty of time to fix things. Certainly with the 2023. All right, Nikola. Yeah, Nikola's 31.4%. It's kind of been stable though. See, look, it's been relatively stable here. Even a slight decline, if anything. All right, AMC. Okay. Go in the right direction. All right. Interviews. Thank you for the $20. Yeah, AMC is kissing 64. Look at that. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Talk about AMC, and I'm burning. I think I should just keep my shares at AMC and try not to trade it. So that is really. Let's have a look at AMC's. I mean, it's not really bad when you look at it. It's not really the spread that bad. So yeah. Apple down again. Well, I don't see actually anything for trading. If you guys have something in mind, absolutely, just what's in your mind? Okay, let's look at Nvidia. It's not really going down. No. This is a beautiful movement. Yeah, this is basically what happened. So it went the same amount up here. Look, it has been on a bull move. If you're not in it, I don't chase it. I don't recommend chasing this one right now. Even its breather is not a real breather. It really looks like that it wants to go more, but there is a lot of downward potential, so the risk is high. So I do not think this is a buy, at least for me, based on what I try to do. This is not a buy. If you want to buy really anything, I think, for example, Baidu is a good potential. So what is happening with Baidu is that, first of all, it did not really recover properly, and right now, because of the China's FUD, it's actually going down. And Baidu can be a good longer term option, but yeah, this is a better price range, so under 180 to 178. This is the range that but there is like 4% downward to that. But even if you take this, I mean, the upward is around 8.5. So I would say right now Baidu is a better option. But yeah, I'm gonna wait a little bit more. Alibaba, the same thing. I mean, Alibaba is crazy how low this is, and the problem with Baba is that it had been in this downtrend forever. Like, look at this. It has started at November and down, 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 down. Just crazy. Honestly, it's crazy. And this is actually right now at a level of, maybe Alibaba is not a bad option to add. If you want to trade this, of course, I would wait for entry, but not for trading. For long-term hold, I think I can actually add to Alibaba. Let's check 30 minutes. It's going down. And 5 minutes. So 211, 212, 211.50. Yeah. 30 minutes. This is the one. This is the news that is actually laying low CNBC. Okay, so it's all right. It's still, I would say, let's see how much I'm down on Baba. I'm down 12%. Yeah. Yeah. It's honestly a good position to add, really. Let's see what these guys say.
And flows. You know, there were a couple months recently where that meme stock trade, it went dormant. There was really no big moves higher or lower. We saw it come back in earnest the past 2 weeks, and now it seems to be dormant again. What drives that?
some of it has corresponded with stimulus. When we've looked at the correlation of some of these stocks like GameStop in relation to stimulus checks, there's obviously been some correlation there. But I think some of it, as we've just seen, like I said, more time at home and in front of consumers' computers, we've seen some ebb and flow in it, and obviously that could continue. But I think from an investment perspective, we don't think that this poses broader risks to the market in the area that a lot of this is occurring, which is in the small and mid cap universe. So, I think regardless of whether we continue to see similar pops like this in some of these so-called meme stocks, investors broadly that we've surveyed don't largely think this poses long-standing risks to small and mid caps as a size segment. So we still favor small caps from an investment perspective right now relative to large caps. A number of reasons for that, but from the investors that we've surveyed, they don't see speculative retail activity as likely to be a key risk going forward in terms of investing in small caps.
Hey, Jill, it's Julie here. What about sort of isolated risks? And I'm wondering in particular, I know that you guys have done some hedge fund surveys of what their positioning looks like. And certainly part of the Reddit trade story has been a short squeeze story. And so I wonder how you're thinking about the potential for more short squeezes and how that's going to affect hedge funds.
Yeah, certainly a lot of these stocks where we've tracked, what are the top mentioned stocks on Reddit's Wall Street Bets forum, and one commonality is certainly that many of them have had high short interest. So that's something that investors want to track this going forward. They're interested in tracking alternative data sets like the ones we've published of which stocks are the most mentioned on Reddit, as it poses risk of up crashes, so to speak, that can certainly impact, long short investors who are short these stocks. When we surveyed institutional investors, both long and long short investors earlier this year, investors, some of them indicated that they may change, what types of stocks they're shorting going forward. So there could be less shorting of small caps, but long short investors weren't largely indicating that they're going to try to shift their positioning around more frequently based on how often they disclose their holdings. So certainly risk that this could continue to happen if there's a targeting of high short interest stocks. But I think going forward, a lot of these stocks tend to exhibit higher fragility, which is the tendency to go from periods of calm to stress at a record pace. That's what we found with some of these stocks. So, certainly worth monitoring these stocks that show up on the list going forward.
And Joe, we're kind of between earnings periods here, but we've continued to see pretty persistent upward revisions of estimates from analysts. As you guys look at, you mentioned you still favor small caps here. Do you still feel like there's upside risk, kind of a replay of Q1 where the street was just way too conservative on so many of these different names? Does that still feel like a risk for small and mid caps as we head into Q2 earnings season?
Yeah, we have continued to see,
Yeah. Okay, so basically what we are seeing is that the market is going down, and probably because of the Fed's kind of discussions that gonna be released soon. So I actually think maybe today gonna be a good day to buy some stocks for long term. Trade we looked at, there's not much for trade signal, like swing trade at least. And again, I think DraftKings can go lower than this, but let's see. Jumia 6%, so you can see that the losses are actually getting more dominant than wins, more -5, over 5%. A lot of stocks, Lemonade, BNGO, like Canadian Solar, many of its stocks are actually moving down, and yeah, so that is where we are headed right now. We're gonna actually, I think today is a good time to actually add to some of the stocks, but we'll see how it turns out. At least for now, I guess we are done with the stream. I will be back a little bit later for the market close. Not a little bit, at the market close. So we can actually discuss then in more detail some of the trades that we can take or not. Okay, thank you everyone for joining in, and catch up with you at the market close. Cheers.